What up, what up, what up, everyone? Welcome to the second episode of the DT Lounge podcast. I'm Donnie.
And what is going on, everyone? I am Tarik, and we are the hosts of your podcast this evening.
That's right. On our podcast, we always say we hope to make you laugh, make you smile, make you think. And of course, it's a lounge. You got to enjoy a drink with us as we discuss a variety of topics today.
You are so correct, Mr. Donald. You are very correct. So on this episode, we are going to dive into a few topics. We're going to get into the NCAA football situation with certain conferences canceling their season and some conferences deciding not to cancel. We will also get into what's going on in the bubble. Bubble is still popping out in Orlando. Well, I shouldn't say out in Orlando. I should say here in Orlando. And a couple of COVID situations we will touch on tonight. But before we get into that, Donald, what is in the cup?
Yeah, Mr. Tarik is a funny man tonight. He's a funny man tonight. But, I'm so glad you asked, Tarik. This is the DT Lounge podcast. So, it's a lounge. You got to have a drink in hand. That's the number one rule for us. So those of you out there listening and watching, go ahead and take a moment. If you haven't already, grab yourself a drink. Hit pause if you need to. Grab a drink. Have a drink with us tonight. One of the things we're going to talk about here in a moment is some events that happened this past weekend in North Carolina. So in honor of my North Carolina brethren and sisters up there, I'm drinking a North Carolina beverage. It's kind of hard to see. There we go. This is a Moonshine IPA, right from Moonshine Brewery. I went ahead and switched it up. Got a little beer in me. Tarik, what are you sipping on tonight?
Well, tonight, we keeping it classic with the wait. Hold on, let me see with the classic red cup. I got a straw because
Because you're a
I
sissy.
don't know why I have the straw. No, not
it's
at all.
a sissy straw.
No, it is not a sissy straw. You will not talk to me in that manner on this podcast, young man. But yeah, so I do have me some Tito's and tonic in this cup.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, we switched it up a little bit from the Crown last week, which wasn't nothing. It was just to switch it up. The Crown was delicious as it always is.
You surprised me with that one, man. Yeah, you threw me for a little swerve there. I anticipated a little something else, but I'm sure we'll see that here soon on the podcast.
Oh yeah. We'll see the homie short.
I'm sure. So again, have a drink with us. Enjoy us. We got a good show for you today. Again, thank you for tuning in to the second episode. And Tarik, I don't know if you know this, but my research department, they're getting in my little earpiece and the talk back here. They're giving me a little research numbers.
Lord.
We're one of the fastest growing podcasts on Facebook, man. I think we're like in the 21st fastest. It's crazy how that happens.
Okay, all right, I like it. I'll take that number 21 all day.
21, you got to be 21. You come into the lounge, right? You got to be 21.
Yeah. It is the appropriate number for this podcast. It is the appropriate number.
Right
now we do hope to get that 2 taken from in front of that 1 at one point during this podcast. But you got to crawl before you walk.
That's right. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's like drinking. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
But that's some good stuff right there. What I can vouch for, though,
Exactly.
my man, I can tell you that our Facebook group is doing well, man. We appreciate everybody out there. It's growing. Man, last week we had about single digits in people that were following it. Well, we got over 100 people now following, which is awesome, man. So thank you guys out there for following our page. And we got some subscribers on that YouTube channel. We'll talk about that later.
Thanks very much.
We appreciate all that love out there.
Thank you very greatly.
I think Tarik might be having a little technical gift. That's an ugly man right there. He's frozen on that screen. Well, while he's fixing his little technical difficulties, man, look at all that gray in that beard. It's almost salt and pepper. He looking like LeBron James when LeBron first came into the bubble. He had all that gray in his hair and his beard. But, before that first game time came, he had that thing all looking good for national TV. But while he's fixing that, I'm going to go ahead and
we got a comedy night.
You know what? Oh, there he is. There's my man. All right, he's back with us. Hey, but Tarik, I don't know if you know this, man. We got a special guest today. Whenever we have a special guest, they're our VIP guest. They're a VIP guest in the lounge. And, at this time, we're going to welcome our first ever VIP guest into the lounge. This is our boy right here.
This guy.
He goes way back to our UCF days, the O-Town finest, one of the best, versatile
Valencia days for me.
Yeah, the most versatile football player that I know. We had them running wild out there on those football fields there. Well, this is our boy. Welcome to the show, Mr. Mike. What's going on, brother?
Everybody. I appreciate it, fellas. And just
what's going on, Michael?
There you go. I like it.
I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. I like it.
I like it. Mike, we just got done talking about what's what we're going ahead and sipping on tonight. It is a requirement when you come up in the lounge. You got to have a little drink in your hand. What's going on, man? What are you drinking on tonight?
You don't have to twist my arm, but I got claws out, man. Claws out.
Oh, it's got the claws out. All right.
Okay.
What kind of flavor are you going with tonight with that claw?
I'm gonna go with the ruby grapefruit, Donny.
Listen,
okay.
That's the ace card.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
If we brought you in just a few moments ago, you missed it. Tarik had a little bit of technical difficulties. He's freezing up, man. He had this ugly mug on his face, and man, he had the grayest of all grays in his beard. He's looking like LeBron James.
Man, oh my God. Green is not U2's color. It is not. The envy between you two is unreal right now.
Well,
you guys know. You guys know I am the most beautiful one out of the whole crew. You know this. You have to know this. You do. You do.
I don't even want to say that's up for debate because we even know that that's not the case. But that's that's another thing, another time. But Mike,
all right. So, real quick, I gave you mine. What
that's what I was just gonna say. Yeah. So, just a little review, man. I got a little what's called Boonshine IPA. It's a craft brewery out in North Carolina, out in Boone, North Carolina. So, Boonshine IPA. Tarik, let them know what you're drinking on.
Got some Tito's and cranberry. I mean Tito's and tonic, not cranberry. Excuse me, Tito's and tonic.
Quality. Nice. Can't go wrong. That's
right.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. Well, again, welcome to the show, Mike. We appreciate you having on. Actually, you know what? I think you just made a record, man. You've got the most appearances by a guest on the DT Lounge podcast, man. So
congratulations to you, sir.
Breaking records already, buddy. I love it, man. Well, Tarik, let's get right into it. I told you I was drinking some Boonshine IPA. I said earlier that, it was for all my North Carolina brethren and sisters out there, we our hearts and prayers go out to them. Hopefully everything's going well. I don't know if you heard this past weekend, 5.1 magnitude earthquake on Sunday morning, man. You want to talk about being woken up on a weekend? Woo,
Yeah. That's a pretty big earthquake, man. My heart goes out to the people in North Carolina who had to endure that. We don't really deal with them down here in Florida, but we do deal with the hurricanes. So only thing is we have time to prepare, and then they don't. So, but yeah.
You think of that like a California Western thing, but I guess they were saying, man, it happens more frequently than you think, man.
Yeah, that's the thing that's crazy because you don't really hear about it in North Carolina. I guess they're minor ones, but this was like I looked online and this in 94 years, this is the strongest quake they've had, 5.1 in 94 years, man, going back to 1926. I mean, that's like before the Great Depression. That's crazy.
So how's everybody dealing with that over there? Like, what's going on?
You know, man, they're just trying to get back to normal, man. See, I saw some videos, people just chilling and, on the couch, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it hits. And I heard it was felt as far as Atlanta and also Washington, D.C., man. That's a big one. That certainly is a big one. Like you said, we could prepare for those hurricanes, but pop up
Yeah,
with
because you see the hurricane coming all the way from the coast of Africa, right? You got forever to prepare for those things,
Yeah.
Yep.
Earthquake, not so much, man.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Go ahead, Tarik. Sorry.
Oh, my bad. I was gonna say, yeah, my heart goes out to those people, though, man. It just sucks when something just so unexpected comes, and I saw a video of one house where the chimney just shattered and just came down on the house. Another house got knocked off its base, so it's just sucks.
Devastating, man. That's 2 weeks in a row, man, where we've had some devastating news like that, man.
Yeah.
Not that we try to bring it down or bring it back up, but and some more positive news. Like we said, it could be felt all the way to Washington, D.C. But speaking of D.C., actually some historic moment. Yesterday. We'll just touch real quick on it. Like we said before, we don't go too deep into the politics, but man, historical moment. It doesn't matter if you lean left or if you lean right. On either side of the aisle, man, this is a big time in our nation. With Joe Biden picking his running mate, Kamala Harris, last night, and then today they did their first national telecast together and addressed the media as a duo.
I think it's great pick.
Yeah, I do too. It's a very, very big moment for African American people. This is the very first woman of African American and South Asian descent to be selected by a major party. So it's very huge. And then, we surprised with this from Joe Biden. He was the running mate of the first Black president of the United States. So it's only right for him to have the first Black vice president as well. So, congrats to her.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's a sharp woman, man. And I think she brings a lot to the table, and a lot of youth, a lot of progressive ideals. So,
yeah. So, like I said, big time in our nation here. Congrats on that, Kamala Harris, for that nomination for the vice presidency, running with Joe Biden. So, all right, and some other news, man. Something that we can talk about. I see, Mr. Mike down there. He's got his background of the U, which representing. I see him throwing up the U. All right,
yes, sir.
All right, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All day.
Yeah, nice. It still doesn't make you look good, though. The U looks good, but man, you an ugly mofo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's all good. We still love you, buddy. We still love you. We had you on. We still love you.
We talked about envy. I thought we just talked about that. Right? I just thought we were going to squash that whole envy thing. Right?
But other football news, man. I know you guys have heard, man. The MAC started us off, and okay, it's the MAC, whatever. But man, last few days we've been hearing some news from the Big Ten and the Pac-12. Tarik, what are we hearing with the Big Ten and the Pac-12?
Yeah, so they have decided to cancel their fall sports, which is, I'm not surprised by it because we are in unprecedented times with this pandemic. It stinks. It absolutely sucks because, to many of us, this is the best time of the year that we're approaching, it's approaching the last quarter. You got, down here in Florida, we don't really have seasonal changes, but with football, that's like, that's a national holiday for the next 4 months. We got four holidays a month, on Saturdays and Sundays. So, but yeah, with them canceling in the Big Ten and the Pac-10 and the MAC, it's just
The Pac-12.
You know, it's
Well, I was.
What I said,
that.
Big Ten.
The Pac-10. That's all good.
You know what's interesting is your boy.
Well, they were the Pac-10 at once.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah.
Your boy Frost up in Nebraska, right? He was saying that school is committed to playing ball regardless of what the Big Ten says. So that's kind of news because what if they dip out? And you're going to actually set up a struggle between your conference and that team if it comes down to it.
Yeah. I saw that the Ohio State coach said that they were still looking for ways to play too. I don't, especially Nebraska. Like maybe Ohio State because they got a little more cachet in the Big Ten because they pretty much ran that conference for at least the last decade or so. Mm-hmm. So I just don't understand how they would be able to break away from the conference though. I mean, it's just one of those situations, man. Like,
I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, I don't know. I know the ACC and the SEC said right for now they're a go. You know, we'll see how that works.
Yeah, the Big 12 too. Well, but you know what though, with them saying that they plan on having the fall sports, I kind of think it's just a situation of they're gonna hold off from canceling right now. I don't necessarily think they have a plan to go full speed ahead. I think they're still trying to connect dots to see if it can happen. But I think eventually it all gets shut down.
Well, and the thing is just the infrastructure alone. Like, I mean, unlike the NBA bubble, which we'll get into in a little bit, I mean, they don't have that. I mean, you've got people. You can't just bring everybody in. Even even the NFL, man. I know we talked about last week. The Saints are trying to do their own bubble, but man, okay, that's good for the Saints. But then what about everybody else? You know, it's I don't see. Of course, I want it, like everyone else. I just can't foresee us actually going through and having a season.
Well, I mean, it's a very complex issue, and at the end of the day, all three of us want college football to go on. However, you got a lot of young men who are just like, listen, I don't want to put myself at risk. I don't want to put other people at risk. And it really comes down to, are you really looking out for the welfare of your athletes and your students? Or is it all about this? Because again, I'm not going to force anybody to say, oh man, you should have played, you should have done this, sitting on my couch. I can't do that, right? Like, you got to make a decision for yourself as an individual and whether or not that fits for you. And I think the schools, in my personal opinion, should back that up. They should protect their athletes a bit. But,
yeah. I mean, you got to. Oh, go ahead, Donny.
No, go ahead.
So I was going to say you got to keep in mind, like, when we all know when you're 18, you're considered an adult, but they're still kids. They're kids, and they are under, when they're attending your university, it is the president's responsibility to make sure that the safety of those kids is his first priority.
Yeah, I think the backlash, man, just would be way too much. Like, if somebody does get sick or lose their life, or multiple people, man, and there's more than just the players. I mean, you got coaching staffs that are, over 65, like trainers and team doctors and everybody else, like all down the line, equipment staff, everybody. I mean, it's a lot more than just, the 11 individuals on the field, that's for sure.
And also, I don't know people in the stadium. All right, they're talking about playing with empty stadiums?
Yeah, they talking about playing with empty stadiums, which I think with all of these sports that's going on with no crowds and they're filtering in the crowd noise, it sounds good with the NBA bubble because they're in a confined arena.
You can't replicate that.
You need the crowd, and the crowd is what wins. Not even gonna say a majority, but it wins a good amount of games for the home team in college
they
football.
always say, the home field gets you 3 points at least, so in college football, that's a lot more than 3 points. But who's sitting pretty though if there's no season? What would you do? They said, through January. So then they say, okay, well, what if we're going to do it in the spring? But, a lot of people don't even want to play in bowl games if they're going into the NFL. Like, what if you're Trevor Lawrence? You've been to back-to-back national championships, and then they're going to come to you saying, well, now you got to play your third year. Well, you know what? Now you're old enough to get, maybe declare yourself to the NFL. What do you do? Yeah. Now you got a real big dilemma now. So then what's the integrity of the game going to look like and the integrity of the teams, or is it because, spring ball is never really, competitive like it is in the fall. So, these kids will be making some choices of, what, why play this close to draft day when I can just sit out and declare myself for the draft?
And that's also on the flip side, that's tough, man. You got freshmen coming in, right? They got signed by these schools that want to make a difference instantly, right? They can't wait to get on that field to showcase some talent, and now everything's timed out. That's got to be a difficult thing. And how do you, like, let's say you take a school that's not going to play. How do you stay focused for that whole year? Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Do you get more time to be on point, or is it a mental struggle to just stay focused?
Yeah. Yep. All
That's
right.
a good point, Mike.
We just mentioned this, they don't have a bubble, but, the NBA does. And the NBA is doing a fantastic job with that. We got a little bit of standings updates that the NBA tried to set it up for old Zion Williamson, to make it to the playoffs. And his Pelicans are officially eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, they're trying to get him and Ja to maybe get that playing game, but it looks like the Blazers might be taking that final seed in the West.
Yeah, it does look like the Blazers looks like they are going to take that final seed. Excuse me. What took place last night with the Blazers was absolutely amazing. What Dame did to the poor Mavericks, gave them 61 points. I want to say 5 rebounds and 5 assists. And then what was that? Yesterday was Tuesday. So Sunday he gave the 76ers 51 points.
50, yeah. He followed that up. Oh my God, I know. It was crazy. He's balling, man.
I mean,
Dame Dollar.
they didn't give him $250 million for nothing.
That's right. That's right.
He's he is a hell of a basketball player.
Well, the NBA playoffs are getting ready to start here soon. But what I found interesting is, did you guys hear that the NBA is going to, allow guests into the bubble after the first round of the playoffs? There's a lot of stipulations that go with it, like, getting tested and quarantined. If you traveled with the team or on the team affiliated, travel means, or if you came on your personal means of travel, different quarantine times. But so that'll be an interesting dynamic too.
Money. People are dangling that money.
That's right.
Trying to get that VIP treatment.
Follow the money wherever it is, But
I say you hold firm, man. They're doing a great job. Right, they're one of the sports that can do this because of just the way the sport is. Disney's helping them out. Like, Disney's set up a great little bubble for them, and I say you hold tight, man. Let it happen, man.
Yeah, I say the same thing, man. No, la resistance. Do not let no one else in. Do not let anyone else in.
Because how would it look? Like, if you do so well, and then playoff time, you start loosening up, and then things start to fall apart, and you get a playoff team that can't play. That looks terrible.
Yeah, and that was my thoughts too. Like, not only does it look terrible, but man, how would you feel if it was your guest that was the one that came in and then we have nobody else had a guest or whatever, and that ended up happening. So I don't know. I mean, I get it. They're away from their families and everything, and part of the stipulation, it's got to be a family member or like a long-standing personal friend, but. Man, why take the risk if you got a good thing, Oh, yeah. I mean, if why take a risk, when you've got a good thing going? That's my thing. So,
I agree with you.
Yeah, with playoffs being projected, I know we'll go right because we're all South Florida people here. You know, as of right now, if they were to start, you know, the Heat would get that number 4 spot and would go up against the Pacers.
Yeah,
And that's a
yes,
good
they
matchup.
would.
What do you think? What do you think about that there?
Well, with the Pacers or the 76ers, I'm not really scared of because, I mean, the Pacers is such a good matchup for the Heat. Like I don't know what it is about Bam being able to guard. I can't think of his name, the big man for the Pacers, but he locks him down every time he plays on the end. You know, you saw what they did to TJ Warren the other night. TJ was going absolutely ape shit in the bubble and ran across the Heat and only scored 12 points. So, you know, it's a solid matchup. The 76ers just lost Ben Simmons for the season. So, you know, I don't think they're going to make much noise. So I like, you know, I like the Heat to get out of the first round at least. We'll talk about the second one when it comes.
Yeah. I tell you that if it does come down to the Heat and the Bucks, I think the Heat gives them a run for their money because Bam can lock down. I don't want to say lock down, but you know he does a good job with Giannis, and then the Heat can knock down some threes, man. You know they got that outside shots. So who are you thinking?
Hero?
Yeah, he's a ball player for the Heat, man. I'll tell you.
I was watching him, man. He's balling, man.
Yeah.
You don't look like a baller. You don't look like one, but man, when you get on that court, takes care of business.
Yeah, those be the ones, man. Those be the ones. Those be the Woody arrows.
Underestimate them, man. Underestimate them.
Yeah. That's like, you know, you underestimate when you go out to, you know, the Bahamas for a wedding, and then, you know, you let your boy, your host right here, pick somebody that looks like Mike down there, you know, as the number 2 pick. Then you go back and review that draft class and you're like, who passed up on the Michael Jordan of this draft? You know, and took, you know, Tarik as the number 1 pick on the beach for football. When clearly, you know, the Michael Jordan of that draft.
If would have asked, I would have given him some information.
Well, the thing is,
yeah. I'll see what happened was.
Okay. First off, the person who made that pick is known for making questionable decisions in his life. Second.
Good point. You don't have a second point.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
The second one, he just got his butt whooped on the beach.
Yeah. There wasn't nothing I could do. There wasn't nothing I could do on the beach that day.
Yeah,
but whatever. It's in the past where you should leave it.
All right.
You know, I do have one other thing about some basketball before we leave that NBA. When we were kids, you know, growing up, you know, did you guys ever collect like some baseball cards or basketball cards or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a little bit here and there. I'm sure we could probably think of what our best card probably was, even to this day, what we may have thought was our best card, you know. So there was, speaking of best cards, our favorite athlete would be, you know, Michael Jordan from the NBA. You know, he had his rookie card. You know, you talk about the rookie cards. You know, that's the rookie card of all rookie cards. You know.
Yeah.
So this guy who used to have a card shop found in the warehouse, tucked in the back, an unopened, sealed box, a case of 12 boxes of 36 counts cards from the 1986-1987 Fleer basketball set, which they say is estimated to have about 30 to 40 MJ rookie cards. All right. How much do you think that box? Really? Now, back in 86, 87, they would sell, the pack would sell for 10 cents a pack. So we're talking about 36 packs, 12 boxes of 36 packs, an entire case. How much do you think that went at auction the other day?
Well,
is that
cards or
is that industry still at the same height that it was back in those days?
Well, I think, you know, it's got some there's some pull to it, you know, like of recent. You know, especially with the Michael Jordan cards. You know, like everyone's pulling on that Last Dance kind of money and you know, rise in popularity again. But I guess it's always been somewhat consistent and hit a lull a few, you know, when the you know the market crashed and everything like that. But I guess it's still a thing, man.
Yeah, it's made a strong comeback over the past few years. I know one of the podcasts that I listen to, her brother does like he has like his own trading card company, and it makes shit ton of money. So yeah, but those.
Let me give you an over under. Let me give you over under, or do you want to just come up with a number?
Let's do over under.
All right.
I don't know what do you want to do, Mike?
Over under, because I have no clue.
All right, let's go.
Give me somewhere to start from.
I mean, they sold 10 cents a pack. Think about that. You know, you got so. All right, back in you know the 86 or so. All right, how about over under $200,000? Tarik, over under 200,000.
I'm gonna go under.
Mike?
Just because it's news, I feel like I gotta go up.
You gotta go over. It's definitely over. It's a lot over. How about this? Over under. How about over under $1.2 million?
See, he's got that smirk. Wonder.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, all right. I'm gonna go opposite of what I did last time. I'm gonna go over, because you're saying how it's estimated to have how many Jordan rookie cards?
Possibly up to 40.
Yeah. I'm going over.
Well, and then you're just talking about the value of just Michael Jordan, like I'm sure.
Well, and in that draft class, yeah. So you got
like there was another
Karl Malone, you got Hakeem Olajuwon, you got Charles Barkley, Clyde Drexler, you got Patrick Ewing. You know, all their rookies are in there too.
Yeah, let's go over, man. Let's go over.
We're definitely going over. We're certainly we're still a way off here. We can do this all day, but I'll tell you, it was just under $1.8 million that it sold for. Like, so it's full on sold. It was like 1.748 million or something like that.
And where was this again? Where they find this?
In a warehouse. The guy was a former owner of a card shop, and it just happened to be in the back of their warehouse somewhere tucked away. And what a hidden, like literally a hidden gem. Unopened, sealed box. It's incredible. So like we talked about 10 cents a pack back in 86. That works out to a little over $4,000 a pack now for what he bought that for. But you know what? You can get some return on that, because there's also the stickers that came in there, and those some of those Jordan rookie stickers sold for about $20,000 back in 2016. One of the rookie cards had recently sold for $50,000, and then recently, 3 weeks after that one had sold for $50,000. Again, banking off of the Last Dance, $96,000 just for that one card. So to find possibly 40 of them, man, you could do work with that. You know,
you're good, man. At that point,
yeah,
good.
Yeah, you're doing all right. It's a good investment, I guess, if you got that money to spread it out. Woo wee.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, that's a very good investment.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. All right, Tarik, Mike, you know you're an educator, right? Tarik, you got kids that are school age kids going back to school pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's one of the big things that's in the news right now is you know, the COVID and kids returning to school. You know, a lot of. I can tell you, I'm not going to name my district, but I'll say my district is doing an amazing job with, you know, the precautions and parameters that we're putting in place, and the PPE, the personal protective equipment that's been purchased for each and every staff member, the students. I mean, just the amount of resources that have gone in has just been pretty incredible. But, you know, what's to unfold is still to see, you know. But like the Georgia high school thing, man. You guys heard about that?
Can I say train wreck?
What's that?
Can I say train wreck?
Yeah.
Say that out loud, like just one word.
Yeah. Just compound it. Train wreck. That's for sure. Yeah. The picture of the packed high school, nobody wearing a mask and everything, and we talked about that the student got some discipline for that.
They living life like it's 2019 in Georgia, ain't they?
It's so long ago. What are you doing?
Life like
You're living in the past.
That great year of 2019 over there, ain't they? Jesus Christ, no mask, kids all in the hallways, just talking and in each other's face with their hot Cheeto breath and shit. Jesus Lord, what are they doing?
I don't get it, man. I don't get what I think people have a different idea of what high school, middle school was since they've grown up and gotten so many years past it. Like they forget, like it can be mayhem on a regular basis. All right. And it's not a terrible thing. It's a lot of kids developing, they're trying to figure themselves out, but like that is not the place to be disciplined and isolated. It's just not going to happen.
Nope.
It can't happen. Like even if you're saying, oh, hey, every kid, you better wear a mask. You're like, are you kidding me? Like we can't enforce other rules sometimes, it's difficult to enforce other rules, right? Much less say every single kid's got to have a mask on. And then you got like a single teacher. Like for me personally, I had 155 kids at some point through the day, and 155 kids in a small classroom, you're not going to social distance, It's
difficult, but at least they got some options. They got some options. So I mean, we're going down in physical bodies on our campus, which is good. That helps at least to social distance. But it's going to be tough. I mean, we can only do the best we can do because we've got the orders that we have to open and go with it, and we got to do the best we can with the hand that we're dealt, and hopefully we can keep everybody safe. And I think the good news, Mike, with the whole mask wearing thing is that it's not like it's a brand new thing. It's not like we're just saying it hasn't been in society. It's not, like it's just kind of like one of those things. You know what? We're going to make our kids wear masks. Go ahead. I think it's kind of been ingrained a little bit. So I mean, obviously we have our questions about it, but I think most people, are getting used to the idea a little bit more, because, I go out and about to the grocery store and, my kids are wearing them, other kids are wearing them. And I think pretty much I'm actually impressed and it gives me hope that, that we'll find a way to get through it, when I see so many people with, taking those precautions and taking it serious,
It does. It at least to me, this is my thought, because I see the same things that you see. It seems like whenever I'm out, I see a lot of people wearing masks, but at the same time, I know it's the other half that's just like, they don't give a damn. They not wearing a mask, and it's just, for the people that's following rules and doing what they're supposed to do to try to get rid of this thing, you got two more idiots that feel like their rights are being violated, and they shouldn't have to do this because it makes them uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
One important like comparison to me is like some people will tout, oh, I don't want to wear a mask, right? That's infringing on my freedom. However, every restaurant you've been to, CVS, Walgreens, Publix, you can't walk in there without a shirt. You can't walk in there right?
No shirt, no shoes, no service.
Those have been standard social rules now for a long time. I ain't ever heard anyone whine about them taking away their freedom there. This is specifically built into some political kind of agenda, which we just need to squash all that. Be done with that, right? This is just science, man. Cover up, help yourself out, help other people out, so we can all go back out and party and watch football and do these things, right? Like that's the whole point. Is nobody wants to be locked up. Nobody wants to have the mask on.
Mm-hmm.
But if we do it now, if we discipline ourselves, we'll be able to get back to normal. And that's the point, you know?
Tarik, when you wear a mask,
man,
do you put your beard in the mask, or does the beard kind of stick out a little bit, or what? I'm being serious. I'm being serious. It sticks out.
It sticks out.
So then it looks like your whole thing is white, huh? Yeah, you got all white going. Looking like what's your boy from Harry Potter, like Gandor?
See, I don't know anything about Harry Potter. You lost me on
looking
that.
Like a wizard.
I think we switched Lord of the Rings. And
well, I don't really. Yeah, it's all good. But you're looking like a white bearded wizard, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. It is a little Furious Styles going on right about now with the beard, but it's wisdom.
It's like
I'm not. Hey, and the crazy thing is, I'm not dying shit. I'm not. This whole thing. No, hell no. This thing could be as white as this background that I'm sitting in front of.
All right.
I ain't dying shit.
Good for you.
Get down with that, Tarik.
Good for you,
Get
man.
down with that.
Good for you. Hey, I guess all my trivia comes out with money, man. There's another thing about some money that just gets thrown around, money we can't even fathom. Speaking of COVID masks, there's a Chinese businessman that lives in the U.S. that was reported that he just requested an Israeli jewelry man to make him a COVID mask. It's going to be encrusted with white and black diamonds. And
I'm already rolling my eyes.
I know, not just white and black diamonds.
Waste of money.
3,600.
And as a man should never roll their eyes, but I know this is about to be some of the most absurd shit we're about to hear.
3,600.
Are we not allowed to roll our eyes, man?
Generally, we don't. No, I mean,
I
make all kinds of all kinds of other facial expressions, but I don't know about the eye roll.
Yeah, I can't roll eyes, and I can't put K in the text. Like I'm on my way, and then Donnie texts back K. No. Come on, man. Spell the fucking word out, bro. Come on, man. Spell the word.
It's just 2 letters. Just put O in front of it.
Yeah, man. That's all you got to do. Come on, man. Don't be that lazy. Man. Don't be that lazy. But
this man's COVID mask is going to be encrusted with 3,600 white and black diamonds, estimated at $1.5 million. Like, oh my God, dude, for real? Like, seriously? Even if I had it, what are you doing that for?
Yeah, yeah, man. Do you know what you can do with that money? I would think you could donate some of it to the CDC to help find a vaccine for this mask, for this pandemic that you need the mask for. Excuse me.
I'm so glad you said that. Did you hear Russia talking about they may have come across, developed a vaccine? Would you trust it?
Mike, you trusting it?
No, man, they're rushing it, man. They're rushing it.
He's a fool.
That's cheesy, but still, they're going real quick with it.
He be putting in the puns.
Yeah, man.
The Putin and puns.
Man, listen. We are already putting all of this on a fast track, right? And this is going to be at record speed for this vaccine. And at that point, when you're just pushing science like that, I don't like it. We need to double check and triple check and make sure it's all right. And I know that we're in a pressure scenario here, right? But at the same time, we don't want to make something worse by giving something that's going to get people sick. Mm-hmm. I mean, people have pre-existing conditions. Exactly. People you have all kinds of issues that if you start just doling out a vaccine that's not 100 proof, it's going to be a problem. Then you're going to have different problems. I don't know.
Yep. And really going to be in a situation. I mean, we already in a situation, but rush that vaccine out and they end up making everybody sick because it's, they forgot to mix chemical in there. And then we really, oh boy. Yeah. Nah, I'm good. I'll pass, man. I'll just wear my mask.
Hey,
my mask and I'll stay in the house.
If we go back to like the Olympics, we know those Russians are cheaters, bro. They've been cheating for a minute. They're good at it. They are good at it.
Oh God. Oh man.
Speaking of
with a vaccine. No, thank you.
Yeah. Speaking of being put in a situation and something you can't cheat in, because it just takes a lot of skill. Mike, you'll know about this. So there's a book that I was reading the other day. I think maybe I'll share it with you, Tarik. Mike and I were actually not reading it. We were writing it, and it's the tell-all, the how to play a successful game of cornhole.
I knew this was coming. Yo, fam, what we not gonna do on this podcast? See, something told me. No, hey,
you gotta speak the truth.
Don't get kicked out the VIP lounge, buddy. Don't get kicked out the VIP lounge, buddy.
Hey.
So, all right. So you and the ugly guy in the top.
We'll
right
sign our copy for you. I mean,
y'all
we'll sign it.
Y'all got a good little streak going against me.
A good little streak
going against me and John.
I think it's gone past that, man.
This streak is like the sun coming up every damn day. It's happening all the time.
I think, like, in soccer, like, you get relegated when you don't perform. They just kick you out to another league. Like, I don't know if me and Donnie can actually play with you anymore. I think we're just going to have to let you play with, like, the kids, and then we'll bring somebody else, because
it's like Peyton Manning was playing football with the people on SNL, man. It's like it's just not even in this league,
Oh, laugh it up, you bastards! Laugh it up, you bastards! Oh,
we'll
our
put
day
that,
will come.
We'll finish off. We got some contractual agreements with the publisher that we'll figure out. Then we'll make sure we get you the hot off the presses first edition of our book. We'll make a signed copy of it for you too. To our dearest Tarik.
Nice penmanship. I'll do my best. I'll make sure I'm not too drunk.
Yeah, we'll do it real good. That's for sure.
I want you guys to let me know where's the next stop in the comedy tour, since this is a comedy podcast now, and everybody's so funny.
I don't know. Orlando seems to be a good spot, man. We can go there again.
Yeah. We'll make some appearance there. That's for sure.
Is that right?
Hey, Mike. Those of you that don't know, I'm sure all of our friends that are listening and watching. Mike. It's kind of like our elephant whisperer, elephant. Oh, yeah. I don't know. If you will. He's about as ugly as the Tiger King himself, but he kind of deals with elephants, but and the other animals. But I know we used to get excited about this back in the day, man. But you excited? It's been Shark Week since the other day. Sunday, was it? I think it started.
Yeah,
it doesn't have its luster like it used to.
I'm gonna start off my comment by just brushing back all my luxurious hair. Right? I know that some people might not be able to do that, right? They got so much hair. However,
touche, my friend.
Shark Week has gotten a little. Shark Week has gotten kind of crappy. I will say this: I love Shark Week, and I was even part of a ridiculous bet a long time ago on Melbourne Beach.
Those Melbourne days for you.
Yeah. Well, this was even before this was Orlando. We all went out. The idea, we were staying at a hotel room on the beach. The idea was to watch Shark Week, have some beverages, and then swim out as far as we could in the middle of the night. It was not smart.
No, I would say that doesn't seem like a good combination of intelligence and decision making.
It was amazing. It was amazing, and I was one of the final contestants. I would even say I won. However, that's back when Shark Week had a little something to it. At least, like, for me, animal shows, it can't just be exploitive. Like, it's got to have something to it.
Educational value.
yes, it's got to be real. And what they do is they doctor it to the point where it's just almost like all you're looking for is blood and gore, right?
Yeah.
And it just gets ridiculous. So, not a huge fan.
Yeah, me neither. I don't even really watch it much. I mean, it's just kind of like a thing. Oh, yeah, it's Shark Week. Okay, yep, moving on, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't never really into it when it was really popular. I just wasn't on the radar.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Air Jaws. I mean, you got to at least watch that once. But I mean, I get it. It's amazing. But you also got to throw some other things out there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Help people out.
Yeah. Speaking of some popularity, man, there's been a big thing. We had our homework to do this past week, Tarik. I went ahead and did mine and my homework. For those that I'm sure everyone out there listened to the whole thing last week, but our homework assignment was for me to watch Hamilton. I gotta say, I was blown away. I didn't know what to expect, and it just the stage presence, the performance, the set, just the consistent action and movement and just nonstop entertainment. And I wish I could sing like them. I mean, I wish I had a voice like that. I certainly don't sound like them, but it is truly impressive to not just be able to sing, but to tell a story. And for as long as that story went on for, man, if you have not seen it, it's a long one, but man, you'll be roped in, and it is certainly worth the price of admission. And I tell you what, I would, I go to New York a lot, or I've been to New York quite a few times. It never really crossed my mind. I'm like, I'm not really like a show type person. I'd go see a show now. I certainly would. The production value was just incredible. It's expensive, but it's certainly well worth its price of admission after watching Hamilton. That's for sure.
Well, everyone says that, man. If you go to New York, you gotta hit it up, man.
Yeah, and that's for sure.
Yeah. I like I said last week, I had friends I got quite a few friends who saw it on Broadway, and they were blown away by it. So I actually got a couple friends who saw it multiple times. That's how much they enjoyed it.
Is this still
man.
Live?
You know, I'm not sure.
I'm
not sure.
I'm sure it's not going on right now. I mean, you know, like they can't have audiences and things like that. So, you know, there's nothing probably running right now. But I'm sure it's still going to be like something that won't go away anytime soon. And I'm sure they, just like with me, they're probably going to have a ton more fans and people that will be ready to attend, you know, a live show. That's for sure. Tarik, you had to watch The Money Heist. Yeah, did you check that out, man?
Yes, I did. I haven't been able to get deep into it. I've only gotten into 2 episodes. But the thing I do like about it is it's go. It's not like this huge build up. Like I was going into it and thinking, you know, they're gonna build a story up and we might not get into the actual them getting to the bank, or what is it called? The
Mint.
I cannot think of the name. The
Mint.
Mint. Yeah. Thank you, Donnie. Thank you. Yeah. So I was thinking that they weren't going to get to the Mint till like maybe 4th or 5th episode, but no, it was
buddy, right away.
All cylinders go. So I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it. I got through the first 2 episodes. A lot of action, and then I like, you know. This reminds me of one of Mike's favorite actors. Reminds me of The Inside Man with Denzel. This kind of puts me in that mind state where, you know, the way that, you know, I don't know if it's been a while since I've seen The Inside Man, but the one thing that I always found intriguing was, you know, I mean, spoiler alert, they got away with it. You know, and how they did it. So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Well, listen, that
Mike.
action doesn't go away, so stay tuned, man. It's you'll fly through it if you ever binge it, man. You'll keep going on and on and on. And I've made it through all 4 seasons, man. And I'm ready for the 5th one.
They got
That's
4
for sure.
seasons.
They got 4. There it goes. There
Yeah,
you go. Fly through it.
Mike, I was surprised too when I was going through the episodes last night. I was like, "Holy shit, I ain't bad." This must have been what I'm taking. It seems like it was a show originally shot for it obviously was shot in another country, but looks like it was like a television show that was, so for another channel, and Netflix realized how big it was and they just scooped it and threw it on the platform.
Yeah.
But yes, it's a good show. It's a good show.
Always looking for something new,
But
man.
but I understand you're finishing up something, or you finished something that I enjoy myself, which is Umbrella Academy.
I honestly, it was
So what'd you think?
One of those shows that you're skipping around, you're just looking for something different. Wasn't really sure about it, but I got into it, and it's a great little series, man. And if you kind of like that Stranger Things vibe with like a dark tinge to it, it's definitely a darker side to it than a lot of people look at it at face value, like it's just going to be a bunch of little superheroes running around. But it's definitely got more than that. It's dark. It kind of reminds me of that show. If you guys ever watched The Boys, which is kind of like,
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it yet.
That's another one. Now again, I'm kind of a fan of that dark kind of aggressive. It's kind of like the anti-hero series as well. So both of those kind of go into that thing. Umbrella Academy though does a really good job of kind of opening up a variety of different characters, and they do well with it overall. So
Oh, cool. I'll have to check that one out. I haven't. Tarik, you said you peeped that one already, right?
Yeah. We just finished watching it over here. I think we just finished watching it Sunday. It was good. The way that the cliffhanger, the build up for season 3 looks like season 3 is about to be amazing as well. It's just a well thought out show. The acting is really good. And it's like Mike said, it's not your traditional take on superheroes. Like it's nothing like a Marvel or a DC movie. It's just it has a little, they have intriguing backstories. Not saying that Marvel and DC don't, because we all know I'm a huge Marvel fan. But but these backstories are, really intriguing and well thought out. So if you like superhero stuff, give it a look. Give it a gander.
Yep.
All right. I started watching one, and maybe we can make this for our new homework for next week, Tarik. It's not action packed, but it's more like make you think. And man, it's called The Great Hack. It's about all the social media, and you always talk about, man, I was just thinking that. How did I get this ad on Facebook? It talks about all the things that are going on that we don't realize, kind of almost like an invasion of privacy and just all the data points they collect on us. I've watched the first probably 30 minutes of it. I'm going to finish it up. So maybe that could be our homework for next week, and we can talk about it. It's called The Great Hack.
Okay. What platform is it on?
On Netflix.
Netflix? Okay. Yeah, definitely check it out.
All right. Hey, Mike, this is a time in the show when, we've talked about some of the things we need to talk about, but this time, we raise a toast, man. We call this our parting shots. So
what that, man? I got one ready to go.
Sweet. I got one mixing up right here, and I'm ready to go myself. So Tarik, let us know what are you taking on your parting shots?
All right. So tonight I'm going El Tequila in the Dolphin shot glass.
Oh, nice.
Now, it is a double. I'm not taking a double because I have to work tomorrow. But
That's also why he's drinking out of a straw. I mean,
what the hell ever? What the hell ever?
Those coincide.
Yeah.
They come in pairs.
Oh boy, I don't know about this Mike on the podcast thing. I don't know about this.
You're the one who said it, man. You could have easily poured you a single. Not a word.
We get a little company, and you get outside your damn self. I'm not appreciating. Nah, it's all good though. It's all good. But yeah. So I got the tequila.
Nice.
What about you?
I got a little Jim Beam peach. Jim Beam peach flavored Jim Beam. So.
Oh,
and this
really?
Is it's a double.
What color is the umbrella for that?
There's no umbrella. But this is.
What is going on here?
Yeah,
I have
I had the
peach.
He's a funny guy. We get Mike on the show, and you want to go ahead and have a comedy hour. Just step on out. No, yeah, but Mike.
Well, I'm all about the earth, the environment, recycling, and this is Tarik's captain that he left over at the weekend. So I'm just going to put it down.
There you go.
That's what it's about. Nothing goes to waste here. Nothing goes to waste.
And I'm sure you'll recycle that bottle as well too.
Hey, you know it was funny? I was thinking today, I was like, damn, man, I probably got a good amount of captain left over at John's house next time I go over there. Nope.
Not there
it's
anymore.
In Tampa now.
It's gone.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Oh man. Hey, well listen, we talked about it last week. Tarik and I have been friends for 30 plus years. We go way back with Mike as well. God, Mike, what 20 something years, probably 23 years for you and I. Tarik probably about the same with Tarik as well too.
I met Mike in 98.
Yeah.
98. I started coming up here.
Man, we got a couple decades underneath our belts, that's for sure. And man, it's always love. It's always a good time. And appreciate you being on with us today and being our first official guest. You got the record,
yes, sir.
right now.
Thank you very much.
The record holder. But it was a great show. Friendships, long-lasting, lifetime friends. Love you guys. Bottoms up.
Bottoms up. Love you guys.
Ready to go.
You got that face.
Boy.
That tequila will bite you.
Yeah.
Was there a worm in it too?
I don't know.
Did the Dolphins help you out a little bit? Did it,
no, it didn't. It failed me like the Dolphins always do. It failed me as the Dolphins always do.
Hey, listen, if they don't run an NFL season, the Dolphins will be tied for first place whole season.
You got to look at the positives and things.
That's
you got to look at the positive and things.
That's right.
Absolutely, man.
That's right. Well, listen, again, that was our parting shots. Hopefully you guys at home, you guys enjoyed one with us as well too. Again, we'd like to thank Mike today being our VIP guest in the DT Lounge. We appreciate you for coming on, all the insight. Again, we want to thank everyone out there for listening today. Tarik, what do you got to remind them of?
Yes, so please, people, remember to follow us at the DT Lounge Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at the DT Lounge Podcast as well. Go ahead and tell a friend to check us out too.
Yeah. You guys, so grateful. Everyone joining our groups and subscribing to the pod. We appreciate it. Great show today, fellas. Like we said earlier, man, it's all love. You guys
Donnie,
are amazing.
Before we go, I just want to give you a visual. Remember the old Pepto-Bismol commercial when they show the Pepto-Bismol going down, and they show it going throughout the whole body. Yeah, that's. I just had that feeling with this tequila. Yes. Oh boy, I'm not a spring chicken. This is going to be bad.
Oh,
this is
man.
going to.
I mean, we can tell. Look at all that gravy. You are not a spring chicken, that's for sure.
You have to tighten up, man. If it's a part and shot every show, man, you're gonna have to tighten up, bro.
Well, the thing is, last week I went with my old trusty Fireball, and I was like, let me switch it up this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had the tequila last week actually. Mm-hmm. Listen, I don't know what kind of tequila you did, but that
switching up does to you.
That one I did last week was smooth, man. It was good.
Yeah, I mean, this one probably was smooth too, but that bite
probably was, but not for you.
Yeah. To the average tequila drinker, it may be a A1 type tequila. To one who don't frequent that road that much, this is a bumpy ass road I just went down. You know what I mean?
Man, Mike, we should have started the pod with this. Yeah, it could have been a lot of fun.
Might have to have a start-off shot, then an end shot.
No.
Halftime shot.
Oh, boy. Oh, jeez. You tried to kill us, Mike. You tried to kill us.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. But good times, man. Again, we love you guys. That's for sure. It's always a blast. However we connect, virtually or in person, man, it's always a good time.
Always a good time. Sure. Yeah.
That's for sure. All right. That'll do it for today. Tarik and myself will be back soon with another episode of the DT Lounge podcast. So stay tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe to this podcast, like the video, and we'll see you soon. All right. Peace out.
All right.
People.
Peace.
All right.